Fans have been very cool so far. We've sold over 110 books just in pre-order.
Right.
Which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm surprised none of these jerk-offs that are like the hardcores have bought the private show package. You know, I was sure we were going to get that with me and you giving them their own show. You know, but no buyers yet.
Well, you know, just like the CMS shirt sales, they went like gangbusters, and the real hardcores bought into those, and I haven't sold any since.
Yeah, and then bye, then done.
So it's a fickle business we're in.
It is, dude, and it's one of those things about selling and turning this. I say it all the time. I do not want to turn this into a business,
right?
Really. You know, it just, don't you think it would ruin this?
Well, that's exactly the reason after 20 years we haven't even entertained the thought of doing that.
That's why we always just say no to everything.
No, not going to do it. It's just going to ruin everything.
We're happy to just do what we do.
Sure.
Oh, you're upset about what we said? Well, sucks to be you.
Yeah, write the station manager, will you?
Yeah, go tell Neeley. Oh, you're mad about what Neeley said? Oh, you can tell me then.
I'm going to get you pulled off the air.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You two should be fired.
Right. Just like Amy Bell or whatever her name is there in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but that's because she worked at a corporate place.
She did.
If she was doing a show on the CMS radio network, she'd still have a gig.
Of course.
We'd be happy with her.
Yeah.
Hey, you got attention. Way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
Yes. It's because we're not about the money, man.
No, we make money. We make our own money from, you know what, dude? And I was thinking about this earlier before we came on. You and I are back in the place kind of where we were, about 9 years ago?
Yeah, I was going to say 8 years, but about 9 years ago, yeah.
9 years ago, where you're making good coin, I was making good coin, and the show was just fun because we didn't have to worry about anything.
Right.
You know, and I'm not saying the show hasn't been fun. It is. It's always fun. But there was that period, especially when you were driving,
Oh, yeah.
For that year or two, whatever that was,
yeah,
2 years.
That was tough.
Those shows were not our best work. They were not, because you were miserable.
Yeah.
You were miserable. Your only release was the show. And that was also, part of that was when I wasn't even on, right?
True. Yep.
Oh, so you weren't even getting the buzz off the show, really.
Mm-mm.
It was like, and then you had to turn around and get up at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I was doing half of a show. I would do the first 3 hours live, and then the other 3 hours I would pre-record.
Yeah,
because I had, I didn't get home until like 6:30. I had to get the show going at 8, and then I had to be back at work at 6 a.m.
Yeah, what a fucking shitty environment.
Yeah, so that's just what I had to do.
For the joy of driving some fucking little old lady back and forth to the drugstore.
Right.
What a miserable job.
Yep. But you gotta persevere, man.
Well, no, you don't. In Obama's America, dude, you really don't.
Sure.
Should have just laid around on your ass.
I guess I could have done that, but that's not how I roll.
Just think, you could have made the same money for 99 weeks just sitting around doing nothing.
Right.
I could have got a free cell phone out of it.
Sure.
Free food.
Sure.
Free health care. Dude, you fucked up.
Yeah, I guess. I guess I got a thing called pride.
How dare you be motivated?
Right. Speaking of that, did you like those 2 cartoons I sent you today?
Spit fucking iced tea on my screen. Literally, I was like, what has he said to me? And I the first one was okay, but the second one was hilarious.
Right.
I was like,
which one was the funniest one to you?
The second one, the one with the let me pull it up. Mail.
The one is the little girl complaining about somebody in the bathroom, and the other one is a guy at the sink in the women's room.
Yeah, the one with the 2 people, one of them's a little girl.
Yeah.
And they say she's a bigot.
Yeah, she's a bigot.
She's a bigot.
But the artwork of that sniveling college kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like a big baby. He's got snot running out of his nose, and he's got tears running down his face. And
Yeah. I love the quote, too. There's a microaggressive, white privileged homophobe in my safe space.
right. And that's what it's boiled down to. My safe space.
My safe space. Faggot!
Yeah.
Fucking queers.
Speaking of that, I was going to send you another thing today.
Okay.
I know we're all over the place, but we're just getting warmed up. Did you see the story? I don't know if you saw it or not, of a teacher at I think it was like a Mississippi school was going to give this kid one swat.
Okay.
And the mother had agreed to it. You know, that they sent home consent forms saying if your kid gets out of control,
Okay.
are we allowed to whack them?
Okay.
Well, she was one of the ones who signed a thing that, yeah, you can whack my kid if he gets out of line.
Right. Go ahead.
Well, of course, the kid, just a little bully, just, you know, hitting other people and spitting and this and that.
Right.
So the teacher, or the principal, actually brought this kid into the office and was going to give him one whack.
Okay.
And the mother was there to witness it.
What's wrong with that?
And nothing. But she's had the cell phone on. Well, this kid is just screaming bloody murder,
Right.
you know, because he's going to get one whack.
Okay.
And she basically stood back and whatever. But the commentary of the news people reporting this,
Oh, I'm sure they
my heart was just torn out. I can't believe how cruel and just, you know, it's like, oh my God, this is how we got to this point.
Yeah, they were probably suggesting that the mom should be arrested.
She was arrested.
She was arrested?
Not
Nice.
for that. Not for that. But because her son had like 18 unexcused absences, and she got arrested for like child neglect or something like that.
How the fuck do you make them go to school if you can't give them corporal punishment?
Right.
How old was the kid?
He was 5.
Oh, 5. Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. Give him a good crack on the ass.
Well, that's what they were going to do, but the kid was just freaking out.
Dude, tell me, I mean, even in our day, a crack on the ass didn't really shake you
That was
much.
nothing.
You take the, you know, and your dad or your mom would say, hey, don't do that again. And you're like, all right. And that was about it. And then 10 minutes later, you forgot about it.
Yeah. Well, my dad was the typical Bob Leather dad, you know, a guy with a den and a belt.
Oh, yeah.
You get the belt.
Right.
And it was the whole, you wait till your father gets home type thing.
Hell yeah, dude. That was always a fear, you know. Just if you started lipping off a little bit and your dad started fucking adjusting his belt a little bit, you knew it was time to shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, no need for that, Dad. Let me just sit here and watch this fucking intriguing news program we're watching.
Right. Stay out of my safe space.
Yeah, shut up. You know what? Your safe space should be at the bottom of a fucking lake.
Right.
With no breathing apparatus.
Yeah. Now, dude, with all this going on, everything that we've been talking about here, do you think we're going to become a vigilante society?
Yes. Absolutely. It's coming. It's absolutely coming. They are going to try. There's going to be some attempt in the course. This is how they're going to try and get your guns. Is to say that, you know, people's safe spaces are invaded when anybody has a gun, and, you know, all this different rhetoric for that. And people, I don't give a shit what they fucking use as rationale. No one's giving back their guns.
Yeah, I agree.
No one's giving them back, and that's when it's going to start. And then it's going to move out to the woods. It's going to be vigilante time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are going to die. People are willing to die to keep their weapons.
Yeah, I agree.
They don't want to be unarmed. I don't. Would you die to keep your gun?
Sure.
I would too.
Yeah, you know, the thing is that once the government becomes a tyrannical government, your life is over.
Yeah, so you might as well just fucking go out blaze of glory.
Yeah, it's over.
Yep. And Lord knows, I mean, I honestly hope I never have to aim my gun at a person and shoot it. But I sure fuck ain't afraid to. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You know. No, I totally think it's going to turn. It's going to. Dude, I would. How. And when we see our one friend that's a cop, we got to ask him. Not on the air.
Right.
But just one-on-one. We got to ask him how he even goes to work every day.
Sure.
I can't imagine going to work knowing that doing your job you will get fucking jail time for, and your superiors will not back you. That's gotta suck, man. How do you go and fucking do that job?
Well, I bet you he's counting down the days to retirement.
I'm sure he is, because he's probably getting close too.
Yeah.
You know, we'll ask him when we see him. Because, you know, he'll be here at the party. So,
Sure.
you know, and I really want to know. I don't want to talk to him on the air because I know that will cause him a problem.
Yeah, of course.
But I do want to talk to him and find out, you know, just where we stand.
Right.
Where he stands. You know, how scared. How could you be a cop now? How could you come up and say, yeah, I'm going to be a cop?
Especially here in Chicago.
Especially anywhere. I mean, dude, 10 years from now, do you think that they'll have enough cops? Or will that be the excuse needed to fucking spread the National Guard out?
Well, that'll be the excuse for martial law.
Yeah, because we can't get enough people to volunteer to be cops.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have protection for our citizenry.
Right.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm glad I'll be dead at 55. Fit for my kids, but
I would have never imagined this country being at the point it's at right now.
It's fucking...
And it's going to get worse.
It's fucked. Yeah, we're nowhere near bottom. Nowhere near bottom. We're still better than all the other places. That's how sad it is. Well, most of the other places. I think there's other... Don't you think there's better places to live now?
Well, I don't know. Perhaps.
I gotta think that there's better places to live. You know, all my Canadian friends seem fairly happy. You know, I don't hear them bitching much about their political stuff.
That is true.
You know, and we have plenty of friends that are in Canada, and we not, you know, I don't know anything about their politics. And I would think if their politics were as fucked as ours, we'd hear about it, wouldn't we?
You would think so.
So, I don't know.